Hello again, everyone, and good morning. This is week 3. Yesterday you were off, so make sure you have a proper heading here at the top of the page. Week 3, name, date, and period. Off on Monday. All your bell work should be in the middle. Remember, only 9 pages at the end of the marking period is when you turn in bell work. All work for the week is due every Friday. It will be up till Sunday, but it is due every Friday. Let's take a look at these here so we can get started on our work. Today, we're going to have a worksheet. Friday is a test, so take a look. Number 2, you have -2 3 times. Now watch how I do this. A negative times a negative is a positive, and a positive times a negative is a negative. 1, 2, 3. It's odd, so it's a negative. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Should be a -8. The next one, 2 negatives. A negative times a negative is a positive, so that's going to be a +8. The next one is only 1 negative, so that's going to be a -8. Okay, negative times a positive is a negative. If it's only 1, it's a negative. What are the rules? Well, when you add or subtract, if you have the same sign, you add and keep the sign. Write this down. If you have opposite signs, like a plus and a minus, like a -2 plus 4, you subtract and keep the sign that you have more of. Here I have more positives. When you multiply or divide, if it's same sign, it will be a positive. So a negative times a negative will be a positive. If it's opposite signs, it will be a negative. A negative times a positive is opposite, so that would be a negative. Make sure you know these rules. All right, on a new sheet of paper, try this. Well, let's take a look. Order of operations say multiply first. Here you have a negative times a negative, so that's a +10 plus 4. This is 1 negative. A negative times a positive is a -8 plus 8. That's going to give you 0, so it's going to be 14 divided by 0 is undefined. Let's see how that looks in a calculator. 14 divided by 0. Error. Okay, it's undefined. There's no solution. Okay. All right. Today's work for you guys is going to be a worksheet right here. I'm going to make some copies right now. So if you're at home, I will show you the worksheet. In fact, I want to tear this out. So the back side looks like this. Okay. All right, that's pretty much it for you guys. Let's talk about geometry. Okay, the bell work for geometry looks like this. We're in week 3, name, date, and period. Today's practice test. You have a test tomorrow. Okay. Now, those of you in class, we're going to take the test in class, but I'm going to see if I can have you take it at home as well. And then that way the computer will grade it. But we'll see. This is all new to me. So take a look here. -2.5 squared means you write it twice. A negative times a negative is a positive. So you take 2.5 times 2.5, and you get 6.25. Okay, this is on your test. This one right here, here's how you work this. Draw a line, circle the x. You want to get x by itself. 4 times 4 is 16. 13 times 13 is 169. Now, what's on the side with the x? Well, 169 is not on the side with the x, but 16 is. So you want to subtract 16 from both sides. Now, you should have learned this in Algebra 1. So 169, this is a review, minus 16 equals, make sure you learn this, 153. Now, to get rid of the square, you do a process called the square root. So that cancels. and you get the square root of 153. So 153 shift square root, I get 12.4. You're going to have a calculator with square root on it to pick the answer, okay? It's multiple choice. The next one is the square root of 200, real simple. 200 shift square root, and I get 14.1. Okay? Now you can do it another way. You could extract perfect roots. Now I don't know what the answer choices are. This would be 2 times 100. 100 is a perfect square, so it'd be the square root of 2 times 100. The square root of 100 is 10, so it would be 10 square root of 2. Okay, and we can check that. We can take 2 shift square root and then times 10. And we get the same thing as we had before. Chances are you just use your calculator, but I want you to know this. All right, last one, or almost the last one. You got to write this twice. You were taught how to do FOIL, so write it twice. If you have to, practice it. You're going to take this one to both of these. So here we go. Negative 2 times negative 2. A negative times a negative is a positive. So that's a positive 4. X times x is x squared. X plus x is 2x. So x times x is x squared. And then negative 2 times 4 is a negative 8xy. X times y. And then you take this number to both of these. So that's going to be a negative 8xy right here. And then this is going to be a positive 16y squared. You're going to combine these because they're like terms. Like terms means they have the same variables and the same exponents, okay? And they have a 1 there. So it's going to be 4x squared minus 16xy. Don't add exponents. You only add exponents when you multiply. And here we're adding. Plus 16y squared, and we're done. Make sure you know how to do that one, okay? Practice it, go online. And what you want to type in on YouTube is FOIL method. Okay, this one you combine like terms. So 4x minus 3x is 1x. You could put a 1 here if you want. You could put a 1 there if you want, but most people just put x. Negative 7 plus 2, these are opposite signs, so you subtract, you get a negative 5. That's your answer. You have more negatives. And there it is. All right, let me show you your test. I'm going to go make some copies of this too. So your test looks like this. And I'm going to upload it as well. Make sure you show work, no credit. You're going to get 2 shots at this test, and I'll take the highest grade. It's 16 questions. You're only going to have 30 minutes. And I'm going to show them to you one at a time. Okay? Here are the answers. All right. I'll see you guys in class. Good luck on your test tomorrow.